anything from yesterday you have a question about? Or we can just do some review. I promise I'll give you a few minutes to work on something. Uh-huh. 58 from the homework was 1.5 to the X. Okay. Now, Erica, that was kind of a bad problem for me to have assigned yesterday, but now I think you can do it because think of your BFFs. One of them is a version of this, or this is a version of one of those. Look and see, which BFF does the equation kind of look like this? The exponential. And what does every exponential look like? No matter what the base is, it looks like this. So now that we've talked about that, Erica, there are no vertical asymptotes in this picture, but there is a horizontal asymptote. This is an asymptote as it heads off the page. So you have a horizontal asymptote at y equals 0. Now, that was totally unfair for me to have asked that last night, but now that we've talked about the exponential, it makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. Who else found something in the homework or something from yesterday? Franny? 17. Oh, I gotta get in the right page again. 17. 10 minus x squared. And it says, what's the range? Well, again, Franny, now that we've talked about this, this problem might be a little bit easier. Let's talk about what this looks like. So let me just forget all this for a minute. What shape is that going to be? Yep, it's going to be a parabola. Right? I'm going to rewrite this as negative x squared plus 10. Is that the same equation, just rewritten a little bit? Yeah, it is. Does anybody know what happens when you put a negative in front of a parabola? It turns it upside down, Lindsay. Very good. So this would be my parabola turned upside down. Now what does adding 10 do to it? Look where the 10 is added at the end, and I just erased my rules. But what does adding 10 at the end do? Up 10. So this thing looks like this, Franny. Now, what's range mean? What am I looking at if I'm looking at range? Because this question said, what's the range? What am I looking at? Y values? Right? Range is Y's. How high does this picture go? 10. How low does it go? Forever. So you could express your range a couple different ways. You could say all my y's are less than or equal to 10. That would be a good way of writing your range. Or you could say I'm going from negative infinity to 10 if you wanted to use your interval notation. From negative infinity all the way up to 10. 10 is the highest point. These BFFs are awesome. They help us do so many problems. And yeah, Jennifer? 18. 5 plus 4 minus x. 5 plus the square root of 4 minus x. Okay. Now, this is a version of our BFF. This is a square root function. There's a lot of complicated stuff in this one that we're probably not quite ready for. But I want you to think about just this. What's the shape of a square root? You know that, or are going to know that. A square root looks like this, right? Now, this one right here, this part of it, has been turned around and shifted 4 units, but that's right there with the x, so all that's sideways, right? Not up and down. The only up and down part is plus 5, tacked on the end. So it's going to take your radical picture, your square root picture, and lift it up 5. Now it's also going to turn it around and move it forward and stuff like that, but don't worry about that part. That's a little complicated with that negative in there. But we're going to take whatever our radical picture is, which is some version of that, and we're going to pick it up 5. So if we just picked that one up 5, it would look like that. Now, wait a minute. How high does that picture go? Forever. How low does it go? Wait a minute. We picked it up 5. So it goes up to 5, or down to 5. So your range is everything greater than or equal to 5. Now this is not exactly the right picture because I haven't moved it sideways. That range is not sideways, range is up and down. So I'm only worried about how far I'm lifting it up and down.
So if you were to move it, it can start in the middle of the graph? It doesn't have to be on a X or Y axis?
It doesn't, you are exactly right, and this one would not be. The negative on the X, we haven't talked about that yet, that's a little bit of a complication. The negative out in front is not an issue, that just turns you upside down. I don't want to talk about too many negatives today, so I'm not going to worry about exactly where this is located, but I do know that it goes up. Okay? All right, here's what I want to do. I'm going to put a problem on the board, and I want you to work on it with each other like a practice quiz, and somebody can come up and do it on the board, okay? So here's your problem. Going back to yesterday. In fact, I'll take it off the packet. Which one did we not get to yesterday off our packet? You got them all? All right, here's what I want you to graph then. X squared minus 2x minus 3. I don't want you to graph it. I'm sorry, I misspoke. What I want you to do is find vertical asymptotes, horizontal asymptotes, and holes. Okay, is there anybody who wants to give it a shot at the board? A partner, maybe 2 or 3 of you come up. Anybody feel confident? You can try it, absolutely. Come on up. You're my hero, number 5. Okay, he's going to find asymptotes and holes. And that's what all of you are finding too. This isn't time to visit. Look at him. Did you guys remember to factor? And did something cancel? Yeah. And when things cancel, we have a hole. Okay. Julian? Oh, Julian. Sit up. Sit up. Okay, that's okay. Let's see. Let's check what he's got so far. Then we're going to guide him through. He says he has a vertical asymptote at -1. Would you agree with that? Yeah. Yep, because it makes the denominator 0. he said he has a horizontal asymptote at 1. See how he circled those?
Yeah.
X squared over x squared. Perfect. Now, the whole, stay here, the whole is going to happen, the whole is a point, okay? And the x coordinate of the point comes from the factor that you cancel. So what x value did you cancel out? 1. So it would be 1. What?
Shouldn't it be x minus 3, x plus 1?
Oh shoot, did you factor it wrong,
And then, so
Jordan?
you should cancel the x plus
Oh,
1.
you did. That's okay, that's okay. You're still an all-star. We still love you.
And then it should be
Okay, so that's gonna be 1, and this is gonna be negative 1. Okay, all right, that's okay, that's okay. Thank you, Jamal, for pointing that out before we got any farther.
Good job, Jane.
So this is his new problem. Now, he knows his x coordinate is negative 1. How does he find his y coordinate of his hole? He plugs it in, and you plug it in right here. Jordan, right here. So what do you get when you plug in negative 1? No, negative 1. Yep. So then you fill in down here, that's 2, and he's done. All right, we're going to do one more. Does anybody have an issue with that? Everybody understand that? Okay, let's try one more and then I'll be done for the day. We're going to do one more. So I need another volunteer. Thank you, Jordan, for being courageous. Okay, here we go. I need somebody to come up and do this one, same directions. If I don't have a volunteer, I'm going to have Mr. Devine do it. But you can pick a friend, Devine, if you want to come with a friend. Let's go. Come on, Mr. Devine.
Are you serious?
Yeah, all serious.
Who's your friend?
All right, here we go. What should the rest of you be doing? Come on. Everybody's doing this. Then we'll stop. Let's struggle through one more. Come on. Yep. I think it's pretty short. You guys don't look like you're very judges. So Trey is saying we have to factor. Are you all starting that way? Factoring? Moses, what are you doing? Okay. What canceled out? X minus 3? Yep, so he's got the asymptote goes at the opposite, the whole goes at the opposite. He's still up there. Yep, just like that. Okay, they got it factored. Before they go any farther, did we get it factored right this time? Does that look okay? Okay, keep going.
Vertical asymptote, so we know that's
You should be able to look at the problem, Zach Bond. and tell me the horizontal asymptote. Where's the horizontal asymptote? The horizontal. Remember, the horizontal comes from
Plug in. Which one do you plug in? 3?
the horizontal asymptote's y equals 2, right, folks?
True.
Okay, that's bad news. What did you do? What you did? What are you trying to figure out? Your whole? Okay, so let's write whole. Let's make an ordered pair. What is the x-coordinate of our whole, you guys? No. The x-coordinate, what canceled out? The factor that canceled out gives you your whole. So 3 is your x-coordinate. The factor that cancels out, yes,
And then
the
you plug
opposite
3 in.
of the factor that cancels out is the whole.
And then you plug 3 in.
Then you plug 3 into your equation, and that should give you a y value. Is 2 minus 4 on mine?
Great work.
Oh,
All
thanks.
right, have a great day, you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, you guys, for coming on board. I think so.